The controversy is real. We found some of the best snacks in Disney World and the worst ones. But we tried them all so you know which snacks to grab next time and which snacks to avoid on your next trip to Walt Disney World. Let's get started. Snacks are kind of a Disney World staple in Disney World, but they're always trying to do better, create new food offerings, and maybe even take it to the next level. But are they really doing better? Are they getting lazy? Is the food too extreme? We polled our viewers, our readers, and our AllEars team, especially our reporters, and we found all of the best snacks and worst snacks here in Disney, which means we're trying them all. That way you know what you need to try on your next trip to Walt Disney World and what you might need to skip. Hello. Okay, so for one of our first bests today, we are starting with the brand new chicken ham and cheese spring rolls from the spring roll cart. I'm very excited. This is the first time I have personally tried them, but our reporters who are in the parks every day, you can go see all of their reviews up on the blog right now. They loved these, so I'm very excited. There's a reason these made the best list. Now I will say these are $9.50 for two, and then you also get a side of honey mustard. If you don't like the chicken ham and cheese or you're not interested in that, they also have cheeseburger spring rolls, but I'm excited for these. Also, if you have been to Disney World in the last like 2-ish years, year and a half, these actually replaced the pastrami and Swiss spring rolls. So if you loved those, which I know a lot of people did, they're gone. But we'll try these. Cheers. Okay, I love this spring roll. There's definitely a reason it's on our best. It is so gooey and cheesy and honestly very meaty too, which I really like. Our reporter actually compared it to chicken cordon bleu, which I think is a great comparison. Honestly, I think it's really tasty, but I also think it's a very safe choice. Ham and cheese is a pretty safe option, pretty safe flavor combo. I actually like what the honey mustard adds to it, just like a little sweetness. Overall, I love this. I will get this many times over. This and the cheeseburger, you can't touch them. I also did not like the pastrami that much, so I'm really excited for a second option. For our next best, we're getting serenaded by an amazing piano player, and we're hanging out here at Casey's Corner, and we are trying the Chipotle barbecue fries. Yum! Now I will say these fries, I'm so excited. I love these things. These are only $7.49 here at Casey's, and for $1, I added the cheese, the plastic cheese that we all love so much. That's actually a food hack from the Disney food blog that I'll be stealing today. Let's give them a try. Here we go. Alright, so these are absolutely delicious. The pork is really smoky, and then the coleslaw even adds a nice acidity and crunch to the french fries. The cheese, of course, ties it all together. This is amazing. It's sweet. It's so savory, and it's really filling. And to get this for less than $8 after tax with the cheese, I think this is an incredible lunch or dinner. And I'd even say it's a great snack if you want to split. So hearty, so tasty, and it reminds me of the pulled pork barbecue fries over in Animal Kingdom, which is just a major win in my opinion. Alright, and then our last best here in Magic Kingdom, we're going to stop by Storybook Treats, which is like an ice cream stand. For our last best here, we have the Rapunzel Sundae. It's here at Storybook Treats for $7.79. It's shortcake with Dole Whip, lemon, and wild blueberry soft serve, topped with berry compote and sugar flowers. Alright, let's have a bite. Cheers. Okay, honestly, this is incredible. This is so good. It's so tart, which I really like, but then the sweetness of the berries and the really creamy whipped cream just balances super well. I also love that there's actually chunks of the pound cake in here, which kind of adds a heaviness to it, but I like that. Like, it's filling, and it's so hot. This is perfectly shareable. It's big enough that you could share it with maybe 2 or 3 people. Overall, I like this. I'm very pleased. And this one replaced the previous favorite sundae of mine, which was the Hi-Ho sundae, so I'm glad it's still good. Also over here, this is a fairly new item. Another fairly new item that's over here is the Aurora cone. I thought that I had to be saying this wrong. I wasn't. It's strawberry and blue ice cream Dole Whip mixed together. Apparently blue is a flavor. I'm learning now. Our reporters really, really liked this one though. It was nice and tart and fairly creamy, plus it's just pretty. Was it overly special? Not necessarily, but there were even white little crispy curls on top, which added a nice flavor. However, for both of these, major warning. Honestly, a warning for anything cold in Disney World. It's gonna melt immediately. Now I will say, one thing is we always talk like, is this food worth it? Is that food worth it for your money? But I would like to know if it's worth it for your time. You know, like, you also pay to spend your time here. So is this worth your time? Honestly, the 3 best things that we've had here today, I would say absolutely yes. There's only 2 spring rolls, so I ate those pretty quickly. Just a few minutes, and you can eat those on the go. I took the longest eating the barbecue fries, but even then, it was like maybe 15, 20 minutes. And I'm a slow eater, y'all. Like, ridiculously slow. Like, it's a joke among like co-workers I eat so slow. And this is gonna disappear. I'm already halfway, and I've had it for maybe 3 minutes because it's melting. So you don't really have time to kill while you're enjoying this unless you want to drink some soup. So as far as these items go, I think they're definitely worth your time and your money. Now, me and the rest of my ice cream are gonna find a seat, and we're gonna talk about what's worst here in Magic Kingdom and you absolutely should not spend your money on. And honestly, I would argue this is the most important part, so you're gonna want to stick around for this one. Now, let's chat. When it comes to worst things in Magic Kingdom, there's 2 things that really stood out, and one is more of a place, to be honest with you. But first, let's talk about the malasadas over at Pinocchio Village House. Quincy actually went and tried those out for me, so you can hear about those here.
All right, we've made it to Pinocchio Village House for one of our worst new snacks in Disney World. Pinocchio Village House is going to be a Pinocchio-themed restaurant. They serve up pizza, salads, tomato soup, that kind of thing. Really basic, pretty mediocre. It's not what I would recommend food-wise. It's not bad per se, but I think there is a worst new snack here on the menu, according to our team. In the past few months, Pinocchio Village House has added a new dessert to the menu with the malasadas. A malasada is a Portuguese fried donut made with flat rounds of yeasty dough, so sort of like a flatter donut hole. Disney's version here features the flavors of Hawaii and is served with a mango coconut sauce and with a white chocolate aloha coin. And I snagged the malasadas to test them out. Now, one thing you might not know is there is actually seating up here on the balcony of Pinocchio Village House. There's stairs outside and inside that can take you up here. There's a little bit of seating upstairs inside as well. It's kind of muggy, but it's still a beautiful view of Fantasyland to eat my worst snack at. Okay, trying a malasada. Sweating, it's hot. So it's fried dough, which is cool, but it's a little overly bready and a little on the dry side. The cinnamon sugar on the outside obviously makes it good, and kind of like donut holes, like even a bad donut hole is a good donut hole, and that's kind of what's going on with these malasadas. I imagine they are not particularly authentic. It's just not the best, and honestly it's not bad. I've eaten almost all of them while I've been talking to you guys. So it's not like I don't like them, like they're fine. It's just, I think what makes this a worse snack is that there are so many better sweet options in Disney World and in Magic Kingdom alone, that there are just so many. I mean, go get a Mickey bar, you know what I mean? Go have a Mickey bar, go have the Gaston cinnamon roll right around the corner. There's a lot of much better options than this. So yeah, worst snack. There is a bonus worst snack here at Pinocchio's too, although it is not new. I just want to make sure you know about it. The plant-based cheese pizza here is not good. I like plant-based dishes. We have a resident vegan on our team who confirms that the plant-based cheese pizza here is not good.
Now, our other worst is kind of more of a place, although it's really 2 items at this place. So if you haven't been to, I guess, Magic Kingdom since April 2023, so you probably haven't heard of Energy Bites yet. So Energy Bites is the new snack stand that has opened up by Tron, and it has 2 things that just, I've tried them multiple times and they've not done well for me, and that's the digital dumplings. So they have 2 different kinds. They're $8.79. Now, I will say about the digital dumplings, they have actually currently vanished from the location, and there is no telling when they're going to return. But if they do return, I honestly would still say skip it, unless you see a blog post from AllEars.net that says maybe they got better. So there are 2 kinds of dumplings. One is a buffalo chicken dumpling, and then the other is a broccoli pesto and a soy sauce dumpling. I'm very displeased with both, and I know that our team agrees with me. When it comes to the broccoli pesto, I had such high hopes, but it sits in what is basically a bath of soy sauce. It's just too salty, and I could drink soy sauce. I love it. But our team agrees. The beef was a little bit dry. There wasn't much flavor, just not our favorites. Then when it comes to the chicken buffalo, it honestly reminded us more of like a marinara spicy. It was very meaty, but overall, just not our favorite. Now, I will say, Energy Bites actually has 2 really delicious drinks. One is a watermelon slushie, and one is a pina colada slushie. Both are really good. I have personally had the watermelon one, and it's super refreshing, and there's Pop Rocks in it. And then also the pina colada one, our reporter absolutely loved. There is matcha on top, so she said mix it up. It won't be, you know, it's too matcha-y if you just drink it right away, but it's surprisingly really, really tasty. So both of those are worth your time, but the food there is just not the best. Now I will say we are not going to be making a stop in Epcot. They haven't had any particularly good or bad snacks lately, so we're going to skip over that one. But that's probably because Food and Wine is coming up really, really soon, and you can be sure we are going to be there the day of, and that video will be up on the channel ASAP. So make sure to watch the channel for that one, all about Food and Wine. All right, now over in Animal Kingdom, there's only been one thing of note right now, but luckily it was the best. For the best here in Animal Kingdom, we found that It's Tough to Be a Bug brownie. It was at Creature Comforts for $5.99. This dessert was basically a chocolate brownie that had a Heimlich figure kind of on top, but he looked a little bit funny. It's just icing. It's caterpillar icing on top of a brownie, according to our reporters, and honestly, who doesn't love their brownie that way? Even the frosting they said was pretty good. They said the texture was soft and smooth and added a level of creaminess to it, so that sounds pretty good. Now when it comes to Disney Springs, we actually do have one best over there as well, and luckily no worse, and it's the Kringla cookie over at Gideon's Bakehouse. So this cookie is only available through July 16th, and if you're watching this after that date, don't worry. Gideon's has a lot of cookies and cookie bites that are seasonal. They have different things that rotate. They even have different monthly cookies, so there's always something new. The Kringla cookie is a white chocolate chip cookie that's filled with a complex mix of flavors like coconut, caramel, and vanilla, and then Gideon's takes it a step further by adding freshly ground coffee beans in the cookie. They are limited each day and they're first come first serve. They are $12, but don't worry, this cookie is massive. Alrighty friends, so now we have made our way over to Disney's Hollywood Studios to try out two of their best and talk about one of their worst. For one of our best today, we are going to head over here to the Den of Destiny, the Indiana Jones themed pop-up bar. Now this bar is pretty neat. It is not here permanently, it's just temporary, but you can see some memorabilia from the latest Den of Destiny movie, which if you haven't seen, it's actually pretty good. I liked it a lot. And then they have some nice drinks over here. So they have the Adventurous Margarita, the Weathered Fedora, the Long Coast Tangerine Wheat Ale. They have an IPA, and then they also have a green tea non-alcoholic beverage if you're interested in that. All right, for the drink that I grabbed today, I did end up going with the Adventurous Margarita. It has tequila, passion fruit, papaya green tea, cucumber, lime juice, and agave nectar. Cheers, friends. Alrighty, so giving it our first sip, honestly it's pretty good. It's definitely a pre-made cocktail. It's very sweet, thankfully for me. That works out nicely. I think this made the best list because of the pop-up bar. It's neat, it's a really cool experience, and honestly it was just nice to have a little something new here in Hollywood Studios. When it comes to regular drinks, I think that Studios might have a few better offerings than this one. I'd probably head down to Baseline. Do I think it still deserves a best? I do, because I can appreciate anything fun and seasonal, but if you're here and you really just want to see the props, that's okay too. Now for our last best of the day, we are here near Muppets Vision 3D to try out the newer gelato cart. Today I'm actually going to be trying the Pog Passion Fruit Orange Juice and Guava Ice Cream, which originally was only a flavor of the month, but is here permanently now. All right, here it is, Pog Gelato. Let's give it a shot. All right, first things first, it's melting fast, but I think this is really, really nice. If you haven't had Pog Juice, which is kind of famous here in Disney World, it's passion fruit, orange juice, and guava, so they had to make it into a gelato, and I'm so glad they did. Honestly, I think it leans pretty heavy on that orange flavor. Kind of reminds me of like an orange creamsicle something. It's nice though, it's cold. They also had lemon, strawberry, vanilla, chocolate, and a rotating flavor of the month, which right now it's watermelon. So I highly recommend. I think this deserves its spot on the best list. You can get one scoop for $7.50, and I personally think it's worth it. I will also say, no one was at the cart, so I was able to walk up, grab it in maybe less than 3 minutes. I mean, it was really, really fast. I think definitely worth your time as well. Now, I will say one thing I'm not going to be trying today is going to be the worst here on our list, and that is the Little Mermaid milkshake over at Hollywood Scoops. The Little Mermaid milkshake actually appeared at Hollywood Scoops when the new live action premiered, and it was vanilla, mango, guava, and a ginger milkshake topped with whipped cream and pineapple guava seashell cake. And I have to be honest with you guys, I was the reporter who got to try it the day that it came out, and I am personally the decider for the reason that this is on the worst list. You'd think all of those flavors sound amazing and like my favorite things. The ginger absolutely overtook the entire shake. It was a creamy, gingery flavor, and if you really love ginger, maybe you should try this one out. But in my opinion, it was just not the best, and honestly gave me like a toothpaste kind of vibe. not my favorite. Now, if you really want to try it, you can head over to Hollywood Scoops, which is the ice cream location on Sunset Boulevard, and you can grab it for $9.49. I personally don't love it, I really don't, but Hollywood Scoops has some amazing options. It's mainly Edie's ice cream, but they even have some breakfast options like the Mickey Waffle Bounty Platter and mimosas, plus you can even find some boozy ice cream options, different spiked ice cream floats, so definitely give Hollywood Scoops a try, but maybe skip out on the Little Mermaid milkshake. Now, one thing I will say, when it comes to eating ice cream or anything cold here in Disney World, we do a little something we like to call the melt test, which we're starting right now, I think, because this melted almost immediately. I mean, literally picked it up, took it over here to take videos and pictures, and it was melting as I was doing that. Sometimes that's not worth it, and if you're not looking to clean up a big mess or maybe a sticky kiddo, or maybe just not be sticky yourself, maybe you should consider finding something that can cool you down and not melt the way the ice cream does, but I'm gonna say that this one is worth it. If you guys like this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. Now go see our full review of every single food item in Galaxy's Edge up on the channel now.